this lecture we will discuss about the details of Huffman coding. Now let us discuss this with an example. Suppose we have a message consisting of 5 symbols as shown below. How can we code this message using zeros and ones? So the coded message will have a minimum length. That is, since 5 symbols are to be transmitted, it requires at least 3 bits. For a simple encoding, the length of the code is 10 into 3, which is equal to 30 bits. So these are the different codes which are used for each symbol. Those symbols that are more frequent should have smaller codes, yet since their length is not the same, there must be a way of distinguishing each code. For Huffman code, the length of the encoded message will be as follows. That is, the length is 24 bits. This is obtained from the table. Now see the Huffman coding algorithm. The history behind this Huffman coding algorithm. In 1951, David Huffman and his MIT information theory classmates, given the choice of a term paper or a final exam, Huffman hit upon the idea of using a frequency sorted binary tree and quickly proved this method the most efficient. In doing so, the student outdid his professor, who had worked with information theory, that is the inventor Claude Shannon, to develop a similar code. Huffman built the tree from the bottom up instead of from the top down. Huffman coding. Huffman coding is an entropy encoding algorithm used for lossless data compression. It encodes a source symbol into variable length code, which is derived in a particular way based on the estimated probability of occurrence of the source symbol. Now see the Huffman coding algorithm. These are the steps. The first step is start with a list of symbols and their frequency in the alphabet. Second one, select 2 symbols with the lowest frequency. Third point is add their frequencies and reduce the symbols. Fourth one, repeat the process starting from step 2 until only 2 values remain. And next step is the algorithm creates a prefix code for each symbol from the alphabet simply by traversing the symbols back. It assigns 0 and 1 for each frequency value in each phase. Now I will do the problem. Find the Huffman coding for the symbols with the given probabilities. Here the symbols are A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H and I. The corresponding probabilities are also given. So the steps are, we have to arrange the symbols in the descending order of the frequency values and then add the 2 lowest values and remove the symbols. And third point is, at the end we will be left with only 2 values. And next is moving backward, assign the bits to the values. With each succession phase, add bit values using step 1. The result is we will get the symbols with the variable length codes. We will do one problem. Here the symbols are, you write the symbols like this, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H and I, and now you write the probabilities. And first step is you add the the probability with the lowest values. That is, the lowest values of the probabilities are 0.01 and 0.03. Now you add this one. So if you add this one, we will get the value as 0.04. And next is, now you add this 0.04 with this 0.05, you will get the total probability as 0.09. So, after adding this, you assign the bit values 0 and 1. Here also assign the value 0 and 1, and again you repeat this step, that is, you add 0.09 with 0.07, you get then 0.16, and again you add this 0.16 with the next one, that is points, you add this with the points 0.16 with 0.20, and this process is repeated. And after doing this, you assign the bit values as 101010. Now you read the code from backwards, that is, the first code is you read it as 1, and the second code is you read it as 011, the third code word is 010, the fourth code word is 0011, fifth is 0010, and next 0001. So this process, you repeat this process, and the last one is 000000. So from this code word and the probabilities, we can get the average word length using the formula. Now we will do the next problem. Here the symbols are A, B, C, D, E with the probabilities 0.5, 0.25, 0.125, 0.0625, 0.0625 respectively. So we will do this by applying the Huffman coding algorithm. So first step is you add the lower probability values, that is, you add 0.0625 and 0.0625, you will get it as 0.125, and next is you add again 0.125 with 0.125, you get 0.25, and now you add 0.25 with 0.25, you will get 0.5, and now you add 0.5 with 0.5, you get 1, and next you assign the bits 1 and 0, and you read in backwards. So you will get the code as 1 0 1 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0. Now see, there are some drawbacks in this Huffman coding. The main disadvantage of using Huffman method is that it makes two passes over the data. One pass to collect frequency counts of the letters in the message, followed by the construction of a Huffman tree and the transmission of the tree to the receiver, and the second pass to encode and transmit the letters themselves based on the statistic tree structure. So this causes delay when used for the network communications, and in file compression applications, the extra disk accesses can slow down the algorithm. So now we'll see some of the differences between the Huffman coding and the Shannon-Fano coding. The main differences are the Huffman coding employs the prefix code conditions, while the Shannon-Fano coding uses the cumulative distribution function. And the second point is the codes produced by Shannon-Fano coding method are not optimal, but the Huffman coding produces optimal results. So these are the important differences between Huffman coding and Shannon-Fano coding. So in this first unit, we have seen about the basics of the information theory. So under this, we have discussed the topics such as the entropy, mutual information, coding theorem, then types of channels and different types of codes such as Shannon Fenner codes and Huffman codes. Thank you.